The Christian landscape of South Africa is saturated with a lot of denominations like many countries in the world. However, the South African landscape is made different by the predominant African-initiated church movements. These are movements which have quite a unique church practice, ranging from emphasis on healing, blended worship methods, the oftentimes acknowledgement of ancestors, sub-worship and reverence to the spiritual leaders. All these and many other practices. Examples of such churches include the ZCC, the St. John's Apostolic Faith Mission, IPHC or IPC, the Nazareth Baptist Church, Amazayoni, and other African-initiated faiths. Since the arrival of the missionaries in South Africa in the early 1600s, whose purpose was to spread Christianity on the southern parts of the continent, South Africa became a predominantly Christian nation. Within this bracket of mostly Protestant-based Christian movement, there were different types of denominations that branched into Africa. These included the Dutch Reformed Church, Wesleyan Reformed Church, Lutheran Church, Apostolic Faith Mission, Anglican, Methodist, Presbyterian, and Baptist churches. Springing forth mostly from the Apostolic Faith Mission churches came about a great number of sub-denominations called African-initiated churches. These churches include the IPHC, or oftentimes referred to as IPC, founded by Frederick Samuel Modise in 1962 after receiving a vision while in hospital. The Zion Christian Church, founded by Engenas Ignatius Lechanyani in 1910. The Nazareth Baptist Church, popularly known as Shembe International Ministries, founded by Isaiah Muthiwa Mafashembe in 1912. St. John's Apostolic Faith Mission, founded by Miss Christina Nku, 1938. And the Zionist movement, mostly known as Amazayoni, which is an independent breakaway extension of Zionism that was brought to South Africa by John Alexander Dowie through his attempt to expand Zionism from the USA. The African-initiated churches mainly focus on faith healing by laying of hands, prophecy, water sprinkling for purity, observing the Sabbath, and observation of ritual cleanliness, prioritizing modesty in their attire, specific gender-marking clothing such as requiring women to wear headscarves, strictly wearing skirts or dresses, and a strict prohibition from wearing trousers or even makeup in some churches. Although it is not an incorporation of all the African-initiated churches, in some of them there is an incorporation of ancestral beliefs, which is oftentimes held as ancestral worship by spectators. The churches are known for performing acts of faith believed to be necessary for breakthrough in whatever challenges you are facing in life, or just general rites of passages. These churches are oftentimes known for holding their leaders in high esteem as God's mouthpieces on earth. This high esteem can oftentimes become fanaticism or worship of the leader. Congregants of these churches oftentimes hold souvenirs from the church that they believe to be of lifeline importance. Examples of these include holy water bottles, the writings by the leader, photos of the leader, badges, waist strings, or other literary work. The churches are often known for pilgrimages to certain places, mostly insignificant Christian holidays such as Easter. In the Zion Christian Church, members make a pilgrimage to Zion City Moriah, located in Limpopo, South Africa. The Shembe Church primarily makes an annual pilgrimage to the sacred mountain of Nhlangakazi, which is in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. The St. John's Apostolic Faith Mission also holds an annual pilgrimage to Motlolo village in Bojanala region of the Northwest Province in South Africa. IPHC is known for its monthly pilgrimages to Kanana, Heidelberg, and additionally Zuberkum, west of Johannesburg. The local Zion churches mostly gather in homes during the special festivals or celebration of significant days. Throughout these churches, there is a constant pattern observed, which is a splitting in a church as the result of the death of the founding leader. At the event of the founding leader's death, there is almost always a sudden struggle for power that arises from the leader's children, and the result is almost always a split into different factions, and the church members always end up following the leader that they believe is ordained by God as the true leader of the church. There is oftentimes hostility between the African-initiated churches. This mainly comes about as a result of arguments about the inter-practices and how they ought to be carried out, since most of their beliefs are similar in that they are drawn from the Levitical laws of purity, holiness, and social conduct found in the book of Leviticus from the Bible in the Old Testament. For example, the IPHC often openly rejects the ZCC notion or belief that ancestors are of significance in the gospel. The widespread understanding of the formation of the African-initiated churches has been that they are mainly a breakaway from the colonial rule that was exerted through religion. This was because the black community was often subjected to religious exclusion in sacred gatherings under racial prejudice, made it hard for Africans to worship freely around these times. However, critics often see the solution as having given birth to a platform for creation of cults or faiths which have elements of human worship or ancestral worship. But what do you think? Do you think that this breakaway has created a dilution of the gospel and fanaticism, or is this just an extension of the independence for an average South African believer? Do leave a comment, like, share and subscribe for more content like this.